She's over me. She's over me. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome to the Paranormal Portal. How you guys doing? It's been a few days. I missed you all. I'm so glad to be here doing the show with you. It's just not the same. I feel that emptiness in my heart every day that I don't do the show. So it's really good to be back, and I hope you guys have been holding together pretty well in my absence. But I'll have you know I've been pretty productive. I've gotten a lot of stuff done. Excuse me. I'm a go better. Like a hairball or something. Ugh. I better drink some water. But I just want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here alone. I would be lonely if not for the fact that I am joined by my very good friend and co-host of the Paranormal Portal, Mr. Don Longbeard.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Here we go.
Way to bring the energy down. Woo! Driving it home.
Happy hump day.
There
Hump
you
day.
go. That's much better. Yes, we are back, and Don is here, so you know it's going to be an epic show.
Oh, boy.
No pressure at all. But I got the phone lines cooking, guys, so if you want to be a part of tonight's show, please feel free to call in. The number is 720-923-0500. Again, 720-923-0500.
Carlton says, don't be so excited, Don.
Bring it.
It's just been a long day. I've used muscles that I'd forgotten I had. Oh, goodness.
Between your ears?
Oof. Jeez.
No.
And a right hook square to the jaw.
It's an uppercut from out of nowhere. No, Don, we know you're smart. But no, you are. Well, that whispered, yeah. Nice delivery. Thanks for saving our rating.
What rating?
What in the hell just happened?
Thanks for saving our rating.
I know, but it's like I took a drink.
You got a hole in your lip.
I must, because Christ, I had my lips pressed up to this deal, but my toes were getting sprinkled. So I don't know where that came from, ladies and gentlemen, but it's the way it rolls.
I only sprinkled my toes when I was under 5.
Choke up on it, Don. Choke up.
Don't shake it more than 3 times.
But we are, we're going to change the subject pretty quick here. We are happy to be back. We got a full night of paranormal fun. We're going to talk about creatures and curiosities here on the Paranormal Portal, and that just means we're going to talk about everything. But I just try to title it in ways to get everybody excited. But I guess that's all we got on the front end, so I hope y'all are ready. We're going in. We're going in.
Buckle up.
Ready? Here we go.
Kill.
Just doing our budget Halloween effects. That's all the Paranormal Portal budget can afford. Is we can try it again. Now try. Well, that's wicked too. Just a little bit of fun. Trying to bring the chills home, ladies and gentlemen. Hump day. Yeah, we could do that. Hump day. That'll get you out of bed and early in the morning.
Oh, my goodness.
But it is hump day, and everything going good, Don?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just go with that.
Yeah.
That was the longest I've ever heard in my life. But, oh, God, where do we start, Don? Where do we start?
We usually start at the beginning and drive our way to the end.
Yeah, we'll get there some. I do need to let you guys know I got to shut the stream down just a little bit early tonight because following our normally scheduled program tonight, I have to quick switch gears and get. I'm going to be on Lighting the Void with Joe Roop tonight. So
Joe Roop, yay!
I know, right? So I'm going to be whiplashing it from one show to the other.
Like it's a big deal.
Well, probably not, but I don't know. I hope it goes well. I hope you have a great show. I'm sure. Joe's a great guy, and I have a lot of fun talking with him when we do get to talk. So it should be good. But if you want to come over and check out Lighting the Void after this, then please do. We'd love to see you there. Showing that Paranormal Portal love over on Lighting the Void.
Last time you were on, more than half the chat was our people.
You guys really showed up.
Represented.
It was really cool, and I hope
Portal in the house.
I didn't really advertise it. I've just been so busy. I've been just focused on a project that I've got to get done. My deadline is tomorrow.
Oh,
so
really?
I got some stuff that I have to get done. So I haven't even had time to even work on much for the portal. Unfortunately, these last 2 days, but it's all right. What was this? Oh yeah, this is old news though. I guess it's new news. This
Not
really
avoiding the noid into lighting the void. Cha-cha. My goodness.
That's old Domino's commercial.
It is.
Avoid the noid. Yeah, that's funny. I actually have one of those things somewhere in storage.
Oh my
one of the
God.
noids. Yeah, might be worth something now. God.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is really been paranormal. I don't know if it's even new. But it sounds like it's new, and I get excited by stuff like this because I think we stand to learn a lot by this kind of exploration. And what it is apparently. Well, let me move it over. I'll just put it on the screen.
Rob, are we on your big screen again? Do we have to start drink specials?
Yeah. What's the code word? The drink word tonight? I hope they're open back up. That's Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Michigan really got
Michigan
they got a big spanking in their court system for all the shutdowns. So hopefully you guys are back in business, man. I really hope so. I can't imagine how scary that would be right now to still not be able to provide a living.
Yeah, no doubt.
God, and there's no help coming from anywhere right now with all of the dogma in our political system. So, but this is let's see. I'll put it up on the screen. NASA's OSIRIS-REx touches down on an asteroid. Now, this isn't really paranormal, but it is cool, and I think, like I said, I think we stand to learn a lot by this kind of exploration because, I mean, we can't really get out there ourselves right now very well, but at least we can land these satellites on them. That's pretty cool. And if it's like the Mars rover, I mean, there's some cool stuff on the Mars rover stuff.
So instead of them coming down and probing us, we're sending them out and probing them?
Well, it's an asteroid.
It's a space probe.
Yeah. Right. We're doing the Amazon version of probing right now. We just send our drones to do it.
$6.99 free delivery in 4 hours.
And upgrade to the colon cleanse.
This asteroid needs an enema. Oh boy,
that is so weird. I miss this. Is there any wonder why? The space probe has successfully pulled off an ambitious landing maneuver on an asteroid 200 million miles away. I thought this happened like several years ago. I thought they did this already. But they're treating it like it's news. Do you remember anything about that, Don?
I have a vague memory, but I can't recall.
I swear to God, it was when one of those comets was coming by, and what they did was they sent one of these probes or devices to go follow it, and basically it was all out of juice. It had been chasing this comet, I guess, for a long time, and it was just all out of gas. So they, on the last ditch effort, they said, "Hey, let's see if we can land it on there," and they did, and they got a bunch of data. I think I'm remembering this right, but I don't know. This is this is an asteroid, so maybe that's a different thing. But very curious. But it says measuring approximately 500 meters in diameter, Bennu, Bennu, has long been of interest to scientists because of its potential to teach us more about the earliest days of the solar system. It is currently being visited by NASA's OSIRIS-REx spacecraft, which arrived in orbit around the space rock in December 2018. With the ultimate goal of retrieving a sample for further study. Oh, okay. So I guess they're going to bring it back. That's cool.
So yeah, it is old news because they got it out there. They sent it out.
Right, in 2018.
Now it took 2 years to get there.
Huh. Well, no, this is still not what I remember.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, very cool. The ultimate goal is to retrieve a sample for further study. Now, much to the relief of the mission team back home, the probe has succeeded in pulling off a daring landing maneuver, which saw it descend towards the asteroid, briefly make contact, and then return to a safe distance with its newly acquired cargo of dust and rocks from the asteroid's surface.
So it just came down and grabbed some and popped right back up.
Yeah. You know what's curious, though, is, okay, so you got this object flying in space, and I'm assuming that there's some kind of rotation to these things as they fly. Maybe they're just, in a static projectile.
Sure.
And but you'd think that that they wouldn't have enough gravity to hold on to dust and rocks and stuff, that they just kind of peel off as it goes. But I mean, there's no air, so maybe being in the vacuum of space helps with that. But
well, maybe it's got a little like proboscis thing that comes down, and when it hits it,
Yeah.
it's like a coring machine, and then it puts a suction on it. And,
yeah, it sounds like a daring maneuver. But it did work anyway. So it said, "I can't believe we actually pulled this off," said lead scientist Dante Loretta. "The spacecraft did everything it was supposed to do. The next step of the mission will be to determine just how much material the probe managed to pick up during its brief rendezvous. If it failed to acquire any another landing attempt may be needed." So they don't even know that it got anything. Okay. "Whatever samples it does collect will be returned to Earth in 2023.
Wow, we'll be blown up by then.
That must be that it's just going to ride on this thing, then, it sounds like, until it comes close again.
Right, yeah. So it sounds like it's not doing like the analysis like the Mars rover is doing.
Right. It's just holding on to this stuff, and it's going to ship it back
It's going to bring
as soon as
back
they get close to Earth.
space disease. I almost went full Ice Pirates right there.
It's Space VD, did you say?
Something like that.
We are on the way to returning the largest sample brought home from space since Apollo, said NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine. "If all goes well, this sample will be studied by scientists for generations to come." Now, is this actually a video? I don't know. I suppose I could play it, right?
"The back away burn is complete. I'm now moving to a safe distance." So yeah, that must be it.
Okay,
It must be.
Oh,
Oh no, that's
a
animation.
simulation. Yeah, that is a simulation, but cool. I mean, that's what it looks like. It looks like somebody's driving a bus.
It
Looks like a big beetle, though, doesn't
Looks
it?
like a mosquito.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? That's creepy. Somebody smack it. Yeah.
I got him. Yeah, that's kind of cool, though. I mean, because we haven't had anything since what 70 or the last Apollo was early 80s, I think, maybe mid 80s.
Was it
early mid 80s?
Really?
Yeah. So
I thought that was when the what the hell were they called? The shuttles. That was during the shuttles, though.
Right. Yeah. So okay. So yeah, it was before that. Then it
Must have been in the 70s.
Well, it was. Yeah, the Challenger blew up in 84.
Right, which is early
Yeah.
80s.
So yeah, it had to be more like early 70s.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to remember which one. It was Apollo 13 that rang the moon. Well, vibrated the moon.
Okay.
And there were 17 Apollo missions.
17. Okay.
I think so. So yeah, that
sounds
would be
about right.
Apollo 13 was. Well, that was probably 74, 75 because the first one was 69, right?
Right. Well, yeah, 69 it was.
Yeah.
I do know that. I don't know how many other missions went, but yeah, that's...
So it's been a long time since we've gotten anything from space other than, when it rains down.
Somebody gave us some love here.
Yeah.
Bigfoot, Michigan Rob.
Yeah, he says, "We are back up. I've been laid up with a broken leg. Sorry to hear that, buddy."
Oh, man.
He says, "Every time Cha-Cha speaks, we buy. I'm giving away because she can talk. I will get you a new subs as well." And then he threw us some money. We appreciate the donation, my friend.
Thank you, brother. That's really cool. And yeah, Cha-Cha will help you rotate that stock.
Yeah, you don't got to worry about, you'll have to worry about going dry with her.
Yeah, exactly.
Love you, Cha-Cha.
Yes, we do. What's this? Oh, Julia, thank you. That's really cool. I like that Julia does that little thank you messages. Very cool. Very cool. All right. That was the first article tonight. Sorry, I'm still trying to get my bearings. It takes me a little bit after this, after those 2 days off.
Oh my goodness!
I'm serious. It does though. I don't know what it is. It almost got to be muscle memory before that. Before I took days off, it was just like,
You get days off.
I'm just doing stuff, and the next thing I know, the show's over. But now it's like I still have to remember. It's like, oh wait, did I do this? Did I do that? Hell, I'm glad I remembered to unmute the mics this time.
I was watching over there. I'm like, did he get them?
I did. Now, what is this? Because this, again, none of this is sounding like it's really new, but I'm really curious about that. Did anybody comment about whether or not there was another craft that had landed on an asteroid or a comet or something?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I know it's not just me. I know I remember that. In fact, I think it happened when we were still upstairs in the room, had the studio up there. I think that's about when it happened, which would have been about 2018, I guess. I don't know. It's this one is ex-Intel officer acquired Pentagon UFO videos. Was this Elizondo? Is this another?
Oh gosh.
I don't know. I'm gonna see. Nope, it's a different guy. So we're going to read it. If it was Elizondo, I'd just skip it.
Skip it.
I mean, no offense
How
to the
much
guy.
you want to bet it's going to talk about the TTBSA?
Well, probably.
There it is right there. There it is right there.
Yep. To the stars. To the stars. What is it? Academy? To the Stars Academy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just... I'm not a real big fan of that group. If you're new to the show, it's because... Essentially, the To the Stars Academy, which is Tom DeLonge's group, which also has Luis Elizondo, who is apparently an ex-intelligence officer who now works with the To the Stars Academy. But they had acquired some exotic materials, apparently from different sources, and one of which I believe was Linda Moulton Howe, was one of the sources that had some from somewhere. And they were kind of tasked to get those studied and, to organize a method that these could be studied and maybe help us progress. And what does To the Stars Academy do?
Signs an agreement with the government.
Signs with the U.S. Army to research these exotic materials. It's like, oh my God, how unbelievably stupid. Because at that point... They can just shut the door.
Be part of the government.
Yeah, you might as well just be another branch of the government because they're going to control the narrative. I mean, whatever. What if they found that some of these materials could generate their own energy? Mm-hmm. Do you think they're going to let that out? No, they're going to lock that crap down now.
They're going to put in the newest super powered something that's going to blow someone up.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, they'll have these, personal radios, like the communications equipment that never needs batteries.
Yeah,
because,
exactly.
It could be something like that. And since they decided to partner with the military, and I have nothing against the military personally, but I would like to see that these things were studied in an open manner, that anybody could have access to this material and to this knowledge, because that's the only way we're going to jump ahead. And that's something Tesla knew very well, that, his idea was he wanted everything to be everybody's.
Right.
Yep. And of course, we know that they, after Tesla's passing, they went into his research and just boarded it up, and classified the hell out of anything that was
sitting right next to the Ark of the Covenant.
The Covenant. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So that's my.
Something just came down and fell on my head.
You serious?
Yeah. I think so.
See anything?
Well, that's wax. Well, that was weird. I don't know.
Things are flying in the studio. Apparently, someone's either agreeing with me or disagreeing with me. Not sure.
Stop throwing shit.
I don't know. I did hear something go like that, but I don't know.
That might have been me, though.
Well, that's true. When your foot hit the ground after you got hit by something. I don't know. Things are flying here in the studio, ladies and gentlemen, but that's just what we call Wednesday here on the portal.
Yeah.
There's so much weird stuff happens on this show. It's crazy. But that's my hang up with To the Stars, is that they should have done it with some university group which had agreed to keep the studies open and public, and so that any information gleaned could be useful to all of us, not just one little compartment of our society.
But all universities are beholden to the government anyhow because of Fed Ed.
They do have contracts with and are funded in large part by, but I'm not sure not every one of them is.
Yeah, but somebody walk up to, whatever, USC, whatever, or
USC whatever.
MIT or whatever, and they
Sure.
say, okay, you're not gonna share this. You're gonna share it
That's
with us
true,
only.
but at least there would be an effort, because I mean, nobody's going to really be able to examine it in their garage. Unfortunately, we just don't have, people at home don't have those kind of tools and abilities. So
Yep.
it's going to have to be with some really well established and funded and equipped laboratories or teams of laboratories. So it should have been like dispersed as well, like taking samples and spreading them out, and that way there would be comparative notes and things, and would be proof of concept just by different groups studying the same materials. But I wasn't involved. They didn't call me and ask what I'd do. So
Bigfoot, Michigan Robbie says, I have to cap the bar at $100, Cha-Cha. They love you at the scoreboard, as you moneymaker, you.
that's awesome.
Talk, Cha-Cha, talk!
Talk, girl. Don't let them down. Got a bunch of patrons there that are thirsty. Daddy needs a new drink.
Oh, boy.
Let's continue. All right, so it says Chris Mellon has claimed that he obtained the 3 leaked Pentagon videos of the famous Tic Tac UFO. Speaking to James Fox, director of new UFO documentary, The Phenomena, Mellon, who is, that's the name of the UFO documentary, The Phenomenon. Mellon, who is the former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence.
That was funny.
Was that a sneeze?
The
Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence. That's a mouthful. Maintains that he was responsible for obtaining the videos, which were later published by the New York Times. According to Mellon, who is a member of Belongs to the Stars Academy,
Yeah, there you
he had met with an unidentified individual in the parking lot of the Pentagon who had handed him a package containing the 3 videos. I received the videos, the now famous videos, in the Pentagon parking lot from a Defense Department official. He said, I still have the packaging. This is a case where somebody bent the rules just a little bit. Really?
No
That's a
doubt.
pretty big bend. They did so for the larger good, and were absolutely all better because of it. Exactly who it was that had allegedly handed him the footage remains a mystery, as does the precise motivation for a Pentagon insider to so readily provide such sensitive video evidence. The rest, as they say, is history, with videos becoming headline news and the UFO phenomenon in general gaining renewed interest across the world. The Pentagon even came out to confirm that the footage was genuine after it was published. You can check out Mellon's interview in a clip from The Phenomenon below. We could, but we're not gonna, because
that's a big company.
that would definitely probably be a strike. But very cool. I really applaud whoever did decide to come out and do that. That works at the Pentagon. I don't know that those kind of things happen. I don't know that they happen as error. I just think that it may be, but it might have been a plant too. It might be a plant, and it could be a disinformation campaign. Because what if those are ours somehow?
Yeah.
What if they are some one of the breakaway space programs craft, and they were just testing them against an actual fleet just to see how they'd perform? And so I mean, it isn't impossible that we have that technology. Who was it? Some general said that we have we have the means to bring ET back home already, and this was back in the 90s.
Yeah.
That he made that statement. I can't remember, the brigadier general, somebody said that. And I mean, what a statement to make. And you can read into that whatever you want, but I mean, it might just be a matter of fact, like, hey, we got this stuff. I mean, we can go to other star systems already in no time. So could this just be some of the projects that are being developed by these other branches or black projects or whatever? MCAT actually sent me a cool article, and I guess I think it was a video, though. Actually, it was a video, but apparently on satellite they had captured 2 420 some mile long streaks of infrared light that were going from from the coast, the southern coast around Texas and Mississippi, and then also up into maybe Tennessee or something, and thereabouts. And the idea is that these streaks of light were picked up by a thermal sensor or a heat, like a FLIR kind of photography that's on the satellite. And then following that came the idea that there has been research going on in Brazil where another one of these was sighted. Another of these 420 some mile long streaks of light or laser or whatever that just appeared. And what it is that it's apparently known that the I don't know if it's the Pentagon or some group is researching the use of high intensity lasers to be projected in front of like supersonic craft to get unbelievable speeds. And basically what it does is it superheats the atmosphere in front of the plane, and it basically expands it out. Like it's reducing any drag that might be there from the atmosphere itself.
Right.
And so apparently these craft are flying way faster than they ever would have without this. So that's part of the research going on. So, when I read that and saw that they were doing that, it's like, well, maybe it is ours. Maybe these Tic Tac could be ours.
Right.
But again, I think that information is not going to be released anytime soon. The fact that and maybe it did it proved valuable in that if they are testing these other craft that are being developed by other black projects and stuff, that they can do so without as much trepidation, because hey, we've acknowledged those things are out here. So if you see one, don't be worried, or be worried. I don't know. It just seems to me that it's hard to believe that a whole release came out.
Right.
And the guy walked out in the parking lot with a package and said, "Here."
Here.
That's not how it's supposed to work, right? You're
Not
supposed to
really.
meet in a an underground chamber and
Deep throat.
yeah, exactly. You're not in the parking lot. You're grabbing a smoke and some guy hands you a package. So I don't know, but it is cool. I don't know. Believe what you want. Those are my initial thoughts on it, which you get for free. And what's not to like about that, right, Don?
Well, I think they tune in to hear our free stuff.
Free thoughts.
And that one was for free.
Overbuilt says he got his T-shirt. Cool, dude.
Excellent.
Oh, thank you. We're going to do some more of that on Halloween night. I'm going to do some more giveaways and stuff. We're going to do some trivia, paranormal trivia for the giveaways. And, well, you got to win first, but I don't think we had any losers last time, did we, Don?
No, we had 5 for 5.
We were 5 for 5, so,
It's not like we let anybody lose either, though.
Yeah, we weren't, well, that's true. I mean, we were rather forthcoming with the correct answers if it looked like there was any problem.
You have a call.
I have a call. Hey, we got a call. Let's get to the call and see what's going on here. Area code 740, you're on the air.
Hey, Brent and Dawn, it's Carrie.
Hey,
Hi,
Carrie. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing good. Thank you. Thank you very much. What's going on tonight?
Well, I accidentally lied to you guys the last time when I told you I had never seen Bigfoot.
Oh. Well, let's hear about that.
Naughty.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean to. I thought I was crazy when I saw him.
Oh, really?
It's really wild. It's kind of paranormal the way it happened, and that's why I'm telling you.
Very cool.
So here's how I found it. Really, it's been bothering me I took it in August, and I've been thinking about it ever since.
Oh, wow.
And I've looked at this video many, many times and have not seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And I donated to Carrie Arnold's contest he's got going on, and he emailed me back and gave me my number.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, heck with it. I'll tell Carrie, I'll show him my video because I just wanted to see what he thought and see if he could edit it to get a closer look, because
Sure.
I looked at this video many, many times and did not see it.
Okay.
And so what happened was I was down at camp, place I was telling you about before, and I was leaving, and I thought, oh, shoot, I want to take a video real quick of my experiences that happened down here. So I started taking a video of the experiences, and I was talking about what happened, pointing to what happened where.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was panning around, I was like panning to the left, and in the right-hand peripheral side of my vision, I saw Chewbacca coming up out of the tree, like peeking up at me, and then like when I went back to the right, I didn't see him. And I was like, what in the world? That did not just happen. That's crazy. And then it just I just like didn't really, it didn't register. I was kind of in a daze. I was looking for him because I knew I had seen him, or I thought I'd seen him, and I'm looking for him like, okay, I give up. I didn't see him. That's nuts that would have happened while I'm doing this video, first off. And yeah, so I just kind of forgot about it, and then I'm at home doing stuff, and every once in a while I'll be like, just look at that video and see if you see anything. And I can't tell you how many times I look at that video. And so I tried to email it to Carrie, couldn't get it emailed, and then I did a couple things, and then he was able to see something.
Oh, good. Okay.
But after I emailed it initially, I really hadn't seen anything, and then I sent him a 5-minute video and then thought, well, he's not going to have time or patience to look for this. So I tried to narrow it down, and I saw it. I actually saw it, and I was able to get a little bit of a clip where you can actually see something ducking down in the trees. I mean, it's barely visible. I had to look at it many, many times, but I'm going to try to get it edited and
very cool.
And it is so awesome. I couldn't believe it. I was like, how did this happen? Like, I missed it so many times. I guess I was looking for something bigger because it was really visible in my peripheral vision, but I just couldn't believe that I saw that. It was wild.
So did you see it? Was it like up in the tree, or are we talking at ground level? It's peeking out from a tree.
It is a canvas of trees on a mountainside, and in the middle of that canvas of trees, I can't tell you how far it is, probably maybe 100 yards, 200 yards away, straight in front of me. He popped up out of the canopy as I was like panning my camera around, and then ducked back down as I tried to go back towards him. But I was like, what was that? And I went back to the right, and he had already ducked down. And so I wasn't able to get my pictures out, so I just posted them on my YouTube channel, and I went back today and deleted it because I don't want like people to know exactly where my area is, and you can maybe tell in that video. So I want to get it edited out of that.
Sure.
But I was going through my videos, and my other video before that, the month prior, when I took a video of my footprints that I found down at the spring. I was really nervous when I was taking that video, and when I came out of the water, or out from the spring and back into the river, I was like, oh, good, I'm alive, and I said, well, George wouldn't show himself on camera anyways. I got my camera rolling, he won't show himself on camera. And then the very next video that I take, he showed himself on video.
Oh, my God. So how much, is it a much better? Is it
what's that?
Is it pretty clear at all, or is it kind of
it's not clear. It's clear to me because I actually saw it, and then like the video just validates it. It's just like I saw that. I actually saw it. It's clear in the video to me. It's clear to my kids, which they thought I was completely nuts. So now they're like, oh, okay.
That's really cool.
Yeah, they're on board. So, and Carrie Arnold said that he saw something. So yeah.
Right. Now, is he going to trim it up for you, or have you gotten any word that he will?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I asked him to. Sure. I think he will.
Okay.
He seemed interested in it. So we'll see what happens. I mean.
Okay. Because, I mean, if it's possible, I could help you with that as well. I mean, I have the programs to do it. It's just managing to find the time, which hopefully will free up a little bit now after my project is done. So if you want me to look at it as well, I'm happy to. I did see your email and responded to you today, but yeah, I mean, one way or the other, we'll make sure to get that.
Yeah, I would love for you to see it. Okay. I'll definitely send it to you. But yeah, it's crazy. I think he's been trying to get my attention for years. Just the crazy other things that have happened down there.
That's great.
Cool.
I'm now convinced that he he's messing with me. He's a jokester.
Sure. And if there's one, there's chances are there are more there with him. It's just he's the one that's making himself known.
You know, we talk about the juveniles counting coup. And, you know, seeing if they can get caught. So that's kind of an interesting thought as well. You know, maybe it's just one of the kids out there or a couple of the kids out there playing tag.
Goofing around
with the humans.
Yep. Good point.
Gosh, it's so funny. They have the best visibility. I mean, there's caves up on top of a mountain. I mean, they are probably highly entertained with what goes on down there where we are. And, I mean, there's many other campers and...
Sure.
Kids, you know, throughout the summer. So I know he's, you know, they're not dangerous,
right.
You know. And I've been asking around, you know, nibbing all around, seeing what I can find out about Bigfoot, or about, you know, from the people down there. And nobody has really anything to tell me except I heard something about a fire ape up in that area and not much else.
A fire, you said? There was a fire up in that area?
Like a fire. There was one last year, and that got me thinking too, because the fire was kind of spread out. It was kind of weird. I didn't see it, but I saw like some trees that were down, and some of the down trees were right by that spring.
Oh, wow.
I mean, right there. I didn't even know what happened. I'm like, what in the world? Why are those trees down? And then I found out that the fire had actually gotten all the way to there, and it was just kind of there, and then in another little spot, and which I don't know.
Right. That's cool.
Speculate that maybe the fire ape got a hold of somebody's campfire and took off with it for all we know. You know, they said it was lightning, but
well, that's
I believe the fire ape.
I like that. I like that idea that they're trying to take our technology. That's really cool. Very cool.
No, but it's cool. It's really neat. I'm excited to see what I find out, and I've been trying to talk with him in my mind all summer because I'm terrified to go out and look. You know, I'm terrified when I see a footprint, but just thinking about it since I've actually realized what I saw, I'm coming around to the fact that I don't think they're going to harm me or my family because,
right.
I mean, they've been there probably way longer than any of us have. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep. That's really intense.
So, yeah, he's easing me in. I've been asking him to ease me in all summer long, and I think he's doing that.
That's awesome.
And I never intended on filming him at all. You know, I never intended on getting footage because nobody's going to believe that anymore, you know.
Right. Well, that's true. It's hard to provide things that aren't absolutely pristine as proof, but if it validates your experience, then that's really solid, you know, and you saw what you saw.
Yeah, it totally did. Yeah, it totally did. I thought I was nuts when I saw that in the corner of my eye. I'm always seeing stuff in the corner of my eye, but I was like,
sure.
No way.
Oh, that's
no
really
way.
Cool. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited
So
to see
I wasn't sure that was you guys. I was so excited.
Yeah, if you can make that available for me, I will definitely check it out too.
I will. I think I'll probably just put it on an SD card and send it to you because it's just difficult for me to get stuff out. But yeah, I'd love for you to see it. So.
Oh, very cool. Well, thank you so much, and thanks for sharing that experience with us.
Thanks for listening. I love sharing, and I'll give you updates.
Okay. Thank you, Carrie.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
Very cool. We got another call, too. And this one is coming from area code 973. 973.
Hello, Brent.
Hi.
Brent and Don.
Hello.
Hi, Santino.
Oh, Santino, how you doing, buddy?
Santino.
Hey, how you doing? Good to
I'm
hear
good.
from you. What's going on tonight?
I finally got a chance to call out. I had the day off, so usually when I get out of work, you guys are just, I get home, I put you on, and I end up falling asleep. but it's good. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It's just soothing to go to sleep with stories and stuff. But I put the videos on there's 2 videos of the New Jersey Devil that I filmed that night on my roof. One is a little more clearer. You could see it flying in the night sky. I'm calling to tell you about. I have a lot of still pictures I just took randomly while it was out there. But there's one I sent to my friend Mark. How'd you like his stories about the little guy in the forest with the overalls?
Yeah, that's really cool. Really cool. Yep.
Oh, he had me laughing because he works with me, and the next day I was laughing. I mean, not that it was just funny to me when he said overalls. I started cracking up.
Yeah.
But I have a still picture of it's like got it perfectly, bending down, eating off my roof with its wings, like folded, like flat against the roof with its head, like in a diagonal direction, eating.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I sent it to Mark, and he said, I don't see anything. So the next day at work, I had to point it out. I said, look, closely, look. And then when he saw it, he goes, oh, my God, that is freaking scary. So how do I send it? Do you have I could email it, I guess.
Yeah, just email it.
You guys got an email address?
Oh, sure. It's Paranormal Portal Radio. All one word, Paranormal Portal Radio @gmail.com.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll try to get that to you during this, the rest of the week. I want to get it with a couple minutes.
Sure.
But, yeah. So that's that. And the first, the song we were writing, the rough draft is on YouTube channel if you want to check it out. It's Paranormal Portal. But that's just a rough draft. We're going to go into the studio and try to do a higher quality version.
Oh, very cool.
And I checked out your songs you're good, man. I love those 3 songs. I thought, I didn't know they were your songs, Brent. You're excellent. A songwriter and stuff. I love your material. Excellent.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't get to write very much. I love writing music. I love playing music, but it's just kind of moved to the back burner in my life. But I love it. It's a passion of mine for sure. But thank you. That's really wonderful. I appreciate your words of encouragement.
Yeah, excellent. I mean, I really didn't know that some of that. I did not know until I went on the website that was your material. I said, "Wow, very talented man, very good."
Oh,
yeah. So that's that. I got a couple stories to
beautiful
to tell you, but I'm going to have to call back at because when you told me last time, if you remember anything else, and I said about when I told you about the ghost walking out of the cemetery.
Yeah.
I didn't, and then a couple days later, slowly one thing came, and then another thing came that happened. But like I said, I got food cooking now. I'm gonna have to call back at another time. I just wanted to check in with you and Don and say hello.
Awesome.
And I want to thank you guys for the great stuff you guys do. It's excellent. I love coming home, putting you guys on. It's excellent. Hearing the stories.
Oh, thank you.
I love you guys, man. Keep up the good work.
Santino.
All right.
Santino. Can we have permission to play that video if we can?
Yeah, of course, sure.
Excellent.
Because I see you got
one?
I see the Paranormal Portal song, and then I see the 2 Jersey Devils, and you got a couple interesting songs looking. He's got a song called Alien Technology.
Oh, cool.
So
there's a song called Frame 352 about because I'm 51. When I was young, I remember the first time I saw Patty. I didn't know her name was Patty, the Bigfoot. I forget what channel it was. I was like 5 or 6 years old. It was early 70s, and they played it. But in my memory, there was a little more. I remember a segment, a few seconds of it, where she sat down on a log. Now, I don't know what happened to that footage, if it was destroyed or hidden, but I remember, besides looking back and that Frame 352, there's a song on my channel called Frame 352. It's about when she actually turned around in that one frame, you really get a good close-up look at her.
Sure.
That's, but I mean, if my memory serves me correctly, there was a couple more seconds they had filmed where she actually sat down on a log, and then she noticed them, and when she did notice them, she had gotten up and started going. She started moving away.
Wow.
But I don't know. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but I do. I remember there was a little more footage.
That's really cool. That's very possible. I don't. Yeah. I'm only familiar with the pieces that are out there now that are, of course, everybody's seen. But it's very possible there's more.
But you guys are welcome to do whatever you guys want. Whatever you guys want. But like I said, I'm gonna once you see the still picture I took about 30 of them because I was just because I didn't know if I was getting it because it was dark. It was so dark out.
Sure.
And the only time it was very breezy that night. And for a split second or two, the trees did move and the moon hit it. And then when I saw what I was looking at, I said, "Wow!" I felt a little bad because I forgot to tell you during this when I told you the story. When I got a really, for a split second, I got a good look at it in the moonlight when the trees moved away for a second, and its face looked battered and like it was like scarred and battered. I mean, but it still had a playful, like looking like, come on, come out and play. But I looking back at it, I felt like it had been in, something hurt it or had been in a fight or something. But it had like 2 long scars along its little horse head. I felt bad for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose chances are they're probably either doing battle with each other. Maybe it's more of a territorial thing, or there's something else. It's
possible. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I saw. It's possible what you're saying is true, but who knows?
Right.
That night was crazy. But the second one there, when you can see the night sky, the way it flies is the real way it flies. It doesn't fly like a normal, like I guess a bird.
Okay.
It's like a fluttering kind of back and forth, like really quick, really fast.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm lucky. I'm happy I caught it, but I could. I mean, But I got food in the oven, guys.
Okay,
listen, I love you guys. Keep up the good work. I will call back, and maybe one night we could tell the story and play the video together if you guys get a chance.
Outstanding, brother. Thank you so much.
You got it. Have a good night, Don and Brent.
Take care.
Good night, Santino.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
Cool.
That's really nice.
Yeah. He wrote a song about the show.
That's really cool. That's such an honor.
Gosh darn it.
It's nice that, the show inspires people, I guess. I would never have guessed that. Remember?
He's got a song called Dog Band Rising as well.
Remember when we were celebrating 10 people?
Yeah.
10 subs.
Remember when we hit 500, we drank a beer?
Oh, my God. Yeah, it was like a huge time. I mean, every sub we ever got, we earned it, It's like, we earned every one of them.
I got new gray hairs because of it.
I know, just sitting there watching that darn ticker and going,
we got one more. More. Yeah, refresh. Come on, just one more.
I know. It's an amazing thing. So, I don't know. Even though our channel is still not a big channel, it's very small. It's really big for us.
It's very live
because we walked through no subs to a handful of subs to the first 100 was big because it was like, oh yeah, we got 100 people. That's awesome. And
then wow, we can name the channel now.
Yeah, we can actually have the URL. So I leapt on that right away. I was like, oh yeah, Paranormal Portal. So youtube.com/Paranormal Portal, and it was available. So thank God. That was a big moment, though.
Yeah, no doubt.
When we could do that. You know what? We've almost gone through an hour
already.
How is that possible?
Wow. It's amazing how much I can BS.
No, we had a couple of great calls, of course.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Carrie called and Santino. Yeah, those are awesome calls.
That is wonderful. It's really cool. We've literally, you guys are the greatest. We've been surrounded by amazing people.
None.
Amazing people since we started this thing, and we've been very fortunate that you guys have not only been part of the show in many ways, but you belong to it, and we belong to you, and it's this really cool symbiotic relationship. Yeah. I'm not sure which one of us is the parasite.
Cha 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 cha.
But I tell you what, we're going to take a quick break because I got to use
I got to stretch.
Don's got to stretch,
and
I got to take care of business here before I have an accident.
Oh, boy.
All right, guys, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
You don't want to tinkle on your toes again?
Yeah, maybe that's where it came from. Now it makes sense.
Now it's me. Yeah,
now
there
it
you
makes
go.
sense. It was kind of warm.
So, jeez. 98.6.
All right, we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go away for more of the Paranormal Portal in just a couple minutes. Be right back.
Oh, gracious.
Play their games. Everybody loves to place their bets. They don't understand the price I paid. They don't care to comprehend. walking fast. Taking off the slice of my sanity, just make sure that you're well fed.
Hey everybody, we are back, and Don's humming his way through the portal break.
There you go.
We made it though. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for waiting for us. It was one of those things. I had to use the loo. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it anymore. But we have a lot more to go through tonight. Obviously, some great calls. Thank you to those of you who called. It was great to talk to you, Carrie, and with Santino. That was awesome as always. You guys are wonderful. If any of the others, the rest of you want to call in, please feel free. Again, the number is 720-923-0500. You'll find it above my head up there under the words Paranormal Portal. So as you're looking, yep, that's the way. Good pointing, Don. But yeah, very cool. I suppose I should actually get to some paranormal stuff now, huh? Since I've been reading all the science stuff. But I like the science stuff too. You know, to me, that's exciting.
I was just thinking at that point when I started pointing over there,
Yeah.
I was like, the only thing I could think of was the Brady Bunch.
The Brady Bunch. Okay.
The Brady Bunch.
Here's an article that apparently has... I should look at it before I announce it because I got to make sure it's something we can
When
show.
was Bomber's birthday?
Happy birthday, Bomber! Woo!
It says something about happy late birthday.
Happy birthday to you. And I hope you had a great birthday. I don't know. Another year older, maybe another year wiser, but we're sure happy you were born because that means you're here among us. So thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for being a mod for the channel. And I hope you had a wonderful day. That's cool. Yeah, I don't really know when people's birthdays are, so you got to give me a hint, and I'm glad to do shout-outs because I do celebrate all of you, that's for sure, and I know Don does too, in his own special way.
Kind of like a little tiny bus.
I don't even know what that means, but it sounded funny in my head, Don, so I went with it.
The Unknown's asking, is Don okay tonight?
Well, it depends on your definition. I guess it's probably first. No.
Is it,
Kind
kind of meh.
Oh, no, we did this one already.
Ghost photograph. Yes, we did. It was a good one, too. Yeah.
It was a good one. Good image. I'm just finding things here as I'm looking through the current events. It looks like I haven't done much on this.
We haven't done the Singular 40 in a while.
No, we haven't. Let me do this one. This is funny. Oh, it's Halloween time coming up, of course. It's Halloween time now in my book. It's like a whole season. It's not just a day, but this article cracks me up. So just on the title, and I know you'll get a tickle out of it too. Iron Man balloon sparks alien scare in India.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a good point, though. How many times we have, flying humanoids. And you see this humanoid shape just kind of drifting by. It's like chances are those are balloons. And if you look at this balloon that they're holding up in the picture here, I mean, it's like a person's silhouette. So for sure, if that was in the air, you'd think, hey, that looks like a flying person. But just a balloon, folks. Nothing to see here. But anyway, a novelty balloon of the metal-suited Marvel hero recently caused panic in the town of Dankwar, India. The strange turn of events reportedly began when local residents claimed that they had witnessed an alien floating through the sky above the streets and houses. When the object later came down in a nearby canal, the situation descended into chaos, with several residents left terrified by the belief that this was, in fact, some sort of extraterrestrial visitor.
Wow.
By the time local authorities had arrived, a considerable crowd had gathered. The Noida police later clarified that the alien was in fact a novelty balloon shaped like Iron Man. It was shaped like the superhero character Iron Man, given its color and design, said Dankwar Sho Anil Kamur Pandi. God, they got a lot of names. This was an unusual sight for some people, even though even thought. Oh, so some people even thought it was an alien or something like that. Therefore, they were apprehensive. Officers managed to retrieve the balloon and examine it, but
Found nothing harmful inside.
harmful.
Just a bunch of hot air.
yeah, efforts are now underway to determine where it had come
Who
from.
cares?
I'm betting a kid's birthday party. Is there a dragnet? Where did this come from? Taking this seriously.
Just a fact, ma'am.
Look at that chin strap on that guy, man. I'm wondering if he's about to pass out. It's like a garrote.
That's probably a mask because they're all wearing masks.
Oh yeah,
He's
you're
probably
right.
got it, yeah.
He's got you're right.
That wasn't his whole name. That was his title.
It was
Because he's a cop. So Dancure is the name of this town. SHO
Dancure.
must be the sheriff's office or whatever.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you're probably right. Good. So his name is just Anil Kumar Pandi. I gotcha. Okay, thank you for that clarification, Don.
Sorry.
No, that's good. I was just like, why is there so many names this guy's got? But that's it. It was area, title, and name.
Yeah.
Mystery solved. Mystery solved.
Gee, Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you don't eat the Scooby snacks.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not much of a mystery anymore.
Well, it was much funner.
Sorry.
It's all right. All right. Let me move to a different site here. We're done with this one.
Oh, goodness. Pardon me. I'm so sorry.
You don't need to be sorry, Don.
It's hard starting a new job sometimes.
What's that?
It's hard starting a new job.
Yeah. No, I can understand that.
Gosh, my hands hurt. Ouch.
Yeah. I'm sure. Sorry, I'm just like seriously
you're-
surfing for something here. In my grand. Oh,
What's that?
that's another mutilation.
Oh.
We'll read about it. Wow, from England. There's a mutilation in England. It's not any time. It's from July, but it's still recent. And it's this. This comes from Animalien.com. It says, in England, something killed a calf by surgically cutting out chunks of meat. Well, that's horrible.
I wasn't there.
No, Don is not considered a suspect in this. In Yorkshire, England, a strange event usually associated with the United States occurred. A mysterious cattle mutilation. A small calf was injured. For a picturesque British rural region, this incident was shocking. No one else had seen anything like it, reports UK newspapers. According to a local researcher of anomalous phenomena, the case in Yorkshire shows that all the signs of abduction of the animal by aliens. The corpse of the calf was clearly dropped from somewhere on top of the grass. The incisions were made very smoothly and with surgical precision. No traces of blood around the body were found. The dead and mutilated calf was discovered on 4th of July by local resident Albert Tias near the Gaddins Dam near Todmorden, Yorkshire. Sheep always grazed in this field. No cows were kept here. So this detail already alerted Tias, and when he saw how the unfortunate calf was mutilated, he immediately thought about the paranormal. Tias sent photos of the calf to Yorkshire anomalous researcher Deborah Hatswell. This killing has all the classical signs of cattle mutilation. Pay attention to very precise and clean cuts. There is no sign that the calf was chased before being killed. The very clean grass with no blood makes it unlikely the animal is attacked by a dog or feline. And overall, this is unlike events of an attack by any of the common animals in the UK. Now, it's a calf, though, so it's a very small, calves are about the size of a large dog in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not like it couldn't have been just moved by somebody being a tool, some kind of cult thing or something. But Deborah also found that there were many indications that the corpse was not brought to the field by car, but fell from somewhere from a height.
Being alien rejection instead
Yeah.
of abduction.
Yeah, exactly. In the field, she also did not find fresh tracks from a tractor or other vehicle.
Right.
The flesh of the calf was cut from the side of the muzzle. The ears were cut off. The owner of the calf has not yet been found, which is also quite unusual because, as a rule, all cases of loss or death of large livestock are recorded. This region was famous for its unusual occurrences before. The strangest of them all is the death of a 56-year-old miner, Zygmunt Adamski, in 1980. Huh. So apparently they got cattle mutilations over there.
But it doesn't have all the classic signs.
Right. I don't know. It doesn't tell us if it has an anus, first of all. I don't know. We're not quite sure if it's got all the classical signs.
I was just leading.
You were
into
just
that.
leading me into it. Thank you for
You
that.
had to talk about your anal coring.
Don't say my anal coring. Like
You're the one who talks about the anal
I
coring.
talk. I discuss it
You
because
talk. You
it's,
talk like
it's the
coffee
most
talk.
disturbing part of the whole phenomena is the why.
Not
cord
that
the
it's
anus.
missing its lips and its tongue and half
Yeah.
its face, its
Yeah.
ears. It's the anus that interests you.
Well, I mean, that's the only part I can't figure out. Why are they taking that?
Yep, there's no BS up here.
Well, I'm sure there's plenty. But yeah, I think that's the weird part is like, why the anus? I mean, what's going on there?
So that's pretty. There's no tracks of like ATVs or tractors or cars or
Right.
anything through there. And that's been the idea is they're just like flying over and drop them in random fields.
Right, but usually, I mean, aren't they usually found on the property that they're from?
Usually that they're from. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
usually like maybe within a couple hundred yards, but
Right.
usually, they're usually found right back where they came from. But apparently, we've got some dyslexic aliens or something. They're like, oh, well, did we fly by the one on the left or the one on the right? I'll just take it straight ahead and drop it in the field. You'll be fine.
Yeah, just go for whatever you got. But no, it is strange. I don't know that it's conclusive though, because it's not. If it was a full-grown cow, then yeah, that's spectacular. But a calf is a much smaller version and could be carried realistically to a location and then dumped. I don't know. It's to me, it's such a so much smaller than like a horse or a cow. Which are 1,000 pounds, 2,000 pounds,
Right,
whatever.
yeah.
That's a hard animal to just slide in there, and to move at all. So when they're found without blood of any kind, no blood pooling around them.
Exsanguinated.
Is that the word?
Exsanguinated, yeah. Drained of blood.
Okay, so yeah, when they're found exsanguinated, thank you, Don. I'll try to use that from now on.
Sure, yeah.
That's
Cathartic.
I'm using that one regularly. I love to put cathartic into the world because I sound a lot smarter. So something I like doing. But the fact that it was smaller, could it be brought in? Yeah, I think it could, and perhaps is unusual, at least to me.
I remember you, River.
Huh?
Oh, River popped in. He hasn't been in a while. The River hasn't been in a while. So, yeah, I said not many people remember you. I remember. How you doing, bro?
I'm just looking.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah.
It's River. Yeah.
Rivers. Yep, Brent. I'm very excited about your return to LTV. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Light
Yep.
in the Void. Yeah.
Light in the Void. I'll be on there right after this. As a matter of fact, I make sure to be there to greet you. Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it as well. I'm glad Joe remembered me.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Brent, let's see, Paranormal Portal on the anus core thing.
Oh boy.
My theory: biology sample of the gut, where immunity starts. Why start in the butt though? I mean, you're going to pick up all kinds of wrong. You're going to get a lot of wrong on the way to the right. I don't know how much of a track that is, but it's probably quicker to just go in from the side on that deal. And they got like what,
They got
four
stomachs.
of them? So yeah,
There's not much left when it comes out the end.
maybe that's the mystery. They got 4 stomachs and only one of these. What the heck? What's the deal with that?
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Jeez, oh my gosh.
But
The chat is just crazy. Got a bunch of crazy people in there.
got a bunch of wackadoos up in there. Huh?
Wackadoos, a bunch of wackadoos.
Quit busting my chops. Yeah, I like talking to the guy just called what name?
Santino?
Santino. Thank you. I'm just so
Yeah, because
bad.
you get that accent in there.
Yeah, I hear his accent. And it's just like, oh, I like that accent. That's a cool one. I wish I could do it more smoothly, but it's what I got. So very, very curious, though. I don't know of any other mutilations going on in the UK other than that. Wow. What?
What?
That's a hell of a deal. We're going to read this one. That one looks pretty cool.
I want to hear about that because it's pretty. They're just, yeah.
Look at the, I don't know. You know, it could be a freaking.
Smash.
It could be a freaking sparrow for all we know,
Yeah.
because those things are flying so fast.
It European or African?
I don't know. So this is another one. Delta flight hit by mysterious object damaging the nose cone. This is from July 10th of this year. It's not the first time that commercial aircraft is hit by an unknown object during flights at high altitudes, reports UFO sightings hotspot.blogspot.com. The latest mysterious incident happened a few days ago when a Delta flight 1076 from West Palm Beach to LGA. What's LGA? LaGuardia, yep, okay. Diverted to JFK on July 6, 2020, after it was hit by an unknown object with such force that it damaged the nose cone of the plane. 43 passengers were on board. The flight landed safely and without incident. The airline initially said the damage was the result of a bird strike, but later they determined that it was a hailstorm that struck the plane, which caused the damage on the nose. That doesn't make any sense.
No.
That would be way more diversified, right? Well, I mean, there's crap on the windows, though, too.
Yeah, but you hit a bird, you'd have a bunch of crap everywhere.
So it says, now, if you compare the windscreen of Delta Flight 1076 with another aircraft that has experienced similar accident before, then you see the windscreen of the Delta Flight 1076 is not damaged, while the other plane's windscreen is completely shattered by hail. So this is the one with the dented nose cone.
Oh.
This is the other one that went through hail.
Oh, yeah, yeah, because it would do more damage than just the nose cone, yeah. Have to be a big piece of frickin' hail.
It's not easy going through hail.
It's like
I've been through hail.
It's like the iceberg that God. It's like the iceberg that took down the Titanic.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was like zzz, clonk.
Yeah. That is interesting, though. Look at that. It just collapsed that nose cone. Now, this is why I said it could be a sparrow for all we know, because, I mean, you know.
You hit a sparrow at 750 miles an hour.
Well, think about those, you know, the early 50s cars.
Right.
Those things are like tanks. You hit something and you might
just bounce
scratch
off.
your paint.
Exactly.
And that's about it. It was like, they were huge. Now you look at a car wrong and you'll create a dent. I mean, there's just like, they're like tinfoil.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's true for planes too. It's like, yeah, it was a ping pong ball. Caught it in flight. But I mean, they are cruising along plenty fast, but whatever hit it, Jesus. I mean, it just really buckled it.
Yep.
So it says, so if it really was a hailstorm, then besides the damaged nose cone, the windshield of Flight 1076 should also be shattered, and that is not the case. A bird? Well, it must have been a very large one to cause such damage to the plane.
Huh.
In short, it's not clear what hit the plane, but could it have been a UFO or a UAP, for example? Something like a fast walker? That's one of them, right? Fast walker is one of those 3 videos.
You're talking about, it was Gimlet, Go Fast, and no, it wasn't Fast Walker. It was
What the hell's a fast walker?
Go
then?
Fast.
I don't know why they put it in quotes here. I don't know what the reference is. Could it be something like a fast walker? I don't know. That's curious for me. I'm not sure what that means, but if you could reference that, that'd be cool.
I'm looking it up.
I know I heard the clicking of keys. So I knew you were on it, but very interesting.
Oh, interesting. NORAD created a code word called fast walkers with a name to recognize the unidentified flying objects that cross Earth's orbit and land on its surface. So it's just something that's crossing. So it could be anything. Testimony stories, people, doctors. So there's actually a movie about it, a documentary.
Oh,
So, but it's used in UFO in reference to UFOs.
okay, gotcha. Okay, now we're going to get into some of the weirdness.
What's
Some of the
new?
creature stuff.
Oh, creature
We don't know
stuff.
what that plane hit, and that is an anomaly because they hit. It looks like it would be just one object, whatever it was. Because you're right, the windshields are fine. If it was hail, you would expect the damage to be spread out more than just on this nose cone.
Yeah, no doubt.
So that's pretty intense, and I think that is really strange. This one is more of a creature thing, though. And I likey.
Me like it.
I likey some creature stuff. Since that's the title of the show, we should probably have some.
Sure. Well, I thought the creatures were us.
Well, that's true too. That's a whole nother kind of weirdness. This is what it is. This is the article from Animalien.com. Mysterious creature with human-looking arms spotted in the state of Nevada.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what do you mean?
We talked about this.
We did already?
Yeah, this is the lizard on the rock with the long, long arms.
Oh, yeah. This is from way back, isn't it?
Thanks, Mr. Peabody.
July 9th. Yeah, I guess we did. Okay. Well, never mind. I was excited about it. That is weird, though. That's got to be a toy.
I think so.
That's got to be a toy. Look at the curving and stuff. No, that's fake. That's fakey for sure. That's like a child's toy. Okay. Oh, it was on TikTok. Yeah.
It's got to be true.
Nah, the way that's bending like that, that's wire inside of some kind of plastic or something. Yeah, never mind. Nothing to see here. Moving along. All right. Let's close that one. Because that's not real. We don't got time for not real. Oh. We seem to be on the alien stuff tonight, don't we?
That's the way it happens.
It does.
They are mysterious creatures.
They are mysterious creatures. And the shows always write themselves, but this is interesting.
Good. I'm glad they write themselves because I don't have the time.
I ain't got no time for that. Who has time for that? I ain't got no time. All right. 1994 National Weather Service UFO tapes. My God, what is this? Dun, dun, dun. Animalien.com on March 8th, 1994. Civilians in western Michigan on the edge of Lake Michigan called 911 en masse about strange lights in the sky described as mostly cylindrical, moving up and down in altitude and having a vertical row of lights on them.
Wow.
They appeared to be coordinated, as one caller described them, as moving in a circle. This was backed by the National Weather Service radar operator in Muskegon, Michigan, who was contacted by the 911 dispatcher and asked to look into it. In the tapes of this episode, which are public domain, you can hear the National Weather Service official remark at an anomalous and possibly coordinated behavior of the objects, which he reported moved together in a triangle.
Oh.
He states that they were not storms or aircraft, but as time passes, he becomes gradually more distressed, as highlighted by the subtitle overlay. Interestingly, Project Blue Book had several interesting cases in this area of Michigan, including several that civilians described as metallic, but U.S. Air Force officials deemed them astronomical in nature or insufficient data for analysis. Of course they did. Of course they deemed that. Let's have a listen to this. What do you think?
Yeah.
Says it's public domain.
Public domain.
I'm willing to exploit that.
Exploit it.
All right, y'all ready? Let's see what it says.
Now I'm getting multiple returns.
One of the people that called that I had happened to talk to said it looked like a bunch of cylindrical objects.
Well, oh my God, what is that?
They were going together and coming apart.
Yeah, there's three, and they're lengthwise. Now I'm getting three of them, and I'm getting a third one now, and they're separated by looks like about 5,000 feet in height.
An officer just sent me a message here. He says
About maybe they're separated by about 50 kilometers. They're very strong returns. I'm getting a real. They're spiking, so there's something pretty solid. It's not precipitation or anything, especially up at that height.
Yeah, an officer in the Holland City just sent me a message. He says, can we identify anything further? He says it looks like 3 to 4 of them.
I'm seeing three. I'm seeing three, and they're separated by. They look like a triangle on my scope. I'm looking one around down by South Haven. I'm seeing another one over Lake Michigan, about northwest of Benton Harbor, and another one west of or east of Benton Harbor, which would be near, looks like Decatur. I'm seeing three of those. They're very strong. Now I'm getting another one down in Berrien County. These are huge returns. I've never seen anything like this.
Not even when I'm doing storms. These aren't storms. They're just popping up all over the place. This is strange, yeah, because the officer says it's green and red lights. It does not look like an airplane. Okay. They come together and then they separate, and they just keep doing this all the time. These are all up around about between 7,000 and 12,000 feet. Oh, this is strange. This is really weird. Yeah, I don't know if it's some kind of energy or the radar is picking up something. It's Union 22. I wish we had a picture of this.
Huh.
That was a
That's wild. Huh.
Wow.
That's intense. I like that. That's in the moment, ladies and gentlemen. That's in the moment that it happened, and they do record those things. But wow, even listening to that radar operator, it's like, whoa. And if a professional that does this for a living says, whoa, what is that?
Yeah.
You got something pretty special.
Something weird's going on.
Yeah, exactly. But he said there were solid returns too. So, I mean, it's like something was physically there. It wasn't just a mass of something meteorologically or something. It was there. God, I wonder what size they would have been though. Cause he said they're huge, bigger. It's not a storm. He said, well, a storm's pretty big. So how big were these? And where, I don't know. That's the thing that I'm just dying to know. Where do they come from? Where do they go? What's the plan? Why are they here? And,
Where do they come from? Where do they go?
Right. It could be a song,
Cotton
right?
Eye Joe.
Oh, there you go. I guess it is a song. Cotton Eye Joe. Sorry. But I like that. That was really cool. I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. That's the first time I've ever heard that.
Yeah,
I wasn't even aware that existed, so that's really fun.
Wow.
I like catching those ones that are unknown or largely unknown. And again, that came from animalien.com, and it was 1994. There's more to that video, so it might be worth watching. Let me copy that link and put it in the chat for you guys if anybody's interested and wants to check that out. I'll put it in the chat here, so you can do so at a later time. After the show, perhaps.
Perhaps.
That's supposed to be the link, so I hope that works for you guys if you want to check it out more. But I would love to see more of what's going on there and hear more about that. But look at the feed. I'm still watching the video.
Yep.
There we are, Don. We're in time.
Well, you're also... you can pull it up.
I can what?
Your playthrough bar?
Playthrough bar?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
The line that goes through as you're watching, yeah.
Yeah.
So you just pull it over. You actually backed up somehow.
Oh, I did, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
There you go. Now you're live.
I'm
well,
live.
No, you're not.
Well, kind of
Still
live.
lagging.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
There's always a few seconds.
He's drag-a-lagging.
Just like a crack lacking. But that's a cool thing. I'd never heard that before. I love finding new things like that. Live on the air, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
As I'm just doing it.
They're talking about TSR 80s and the trash 80s.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Trash 80s.
I had a Timex 1000.
Oh, I had
With
a
a
Commodore
cassette
64.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Why is that a lot better? I don't know.
Then the Timex 1000.
Yeah.
Well, the Timex 1000 was like this big.
I know. It's like
and
a
he
big
saved
calculator.
everything to a cassette tape.
Oh yeah. I actually had one of the 5.5 floppies. I had one of those big ones, and I had I don't know. It was pretty cool. But the thing I hated about the Commodore, of course, was that everybody had their own version of BASIC.
Right.
Basic language, and you had to program everything you wanted it to do.
Line 10, go to line 20.
Yeah. And so that was the everybody had their own though. So like Commodore had their own version of BASIC that included these weird symbols and stuff. And I was like, what the hell is this? I was really confused. I knew a little BASIC from being in school and then getting that, but I remember learning about it. But whatever, Brent, where are you gonna? He's
gonna be on Joe Roop's show, Lighting the Void.
Lighting the Void after the show. Yep, Titan. I'm gonna be on Joe Roop's show after this show, so there's more to come.
Pharmacy's all over it. He just posted the link in there.
Woo, Farm.
Gosh.
Way to roll, brother.
I know, he's on it.
Yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's where I'll be after this. And what time we got, dude?
It's 24.
Okay, we got plenty of time. All right, I just, you never know on the portal how much time has gone by. This is interesting. This is kind of a near-death experience kind of thing. But I find this one interesting because just by the title, it looks like something I haven't heard before. And I looked into near-death experiences for years, read a lot of different books, especially by Raymond Moody, Dr. Raymond Moody, who did a lot of research in near-death experiences, including and primarily is best known for his work with children who didn't have the preconceived notions, but yet had similar experiences as adults. So, but this one is a little different. This man, the title of it is "The Man Saw Two Bright Tunnels and Mystical Creatures During Clinical Death."
Ooh.
Wow, that sounds kind of exciting. Resident of Journey, Copy H, spoke about his near-death experience, which he experienced during a heart attack in the hospital. The man was fully conscious, but at the same time survived something unexplained. The incident occurred in June 2006. After intensive therapy, Copy was lying in the corridor of the medical unit as there were no free rooms. He did not take any hallucinogenic drugs. Everything happened in full consciousness. Suddenly, the lights went out and two tunnels appeared in front of his eyes. The man immediately thought about his death and looked at the body. It was not earthly. Copy, in complete darkness, did not understand where to go. A moment later, a bright tunnel appeared. The hero of the story had already gathered there, but his own grandmother pushed him with all her might, and another tunnel formed, but they didn't let him in there either. An unknown man interfered. A purple light suddenly appeared that illuminated several creatures. They made the man feel loved. They were loving souls. His whole life flashed before his eyes. He could ask questions. Creatures willingly answered them, and reassured the sense of space and time has disappeared. There's also no trace of fear. Suddenly, another creature arose. It told the hero of the story, the hero of history, several times. I don't understand this. It told the hero of history several times, everything will be fine. Copy woke up in the hospital as if healed, and there was no weakness or malaise.
Huh.
Capo, now it's Capo, regularly recalls his experiences. Although more than 15 years have passed, the incident left a positive mark on the memory of the man. But could have Copy's experience been a genuine experience of the afterlife? Many medical experts agree patients experience warmth and light when on the verge of death. Dr. Sam Parnia, a researcher at NYU Langone School, or Langone, I don't know how to pronounce that, of medicine in New York City, said people describe a sensation of a bright, warm, welcoming light that draws people towards it. They describe a sensation of experience their deceased relatives, almost as if they have come to welcome them. They often say that they didn't want to come back in many cases. It is just so comfortable. And it's like a magnet that draws them that they don't want to come back. A lot of people describe a sensation of separating from themselves and watching doctors and nurses working over them. Now, Copy is sure that after death, there is something. That was a really weirdly written article, but...
Kind of oddly, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably been translated or something, but...
Well, the resident of Germany.
Yeah, well, there's that. I mean, maybe you're saying English wasn't the first language used?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just hypothesizing.
Good hypothesize. Very good. But cool nonetheless. I've never heard one that talked of creatures before. Most of them, I mean, pretty much immediately. Everyone that I was reading about back in the day was people were going through this tunnel and into the tunnel. They would get, spit back out, obviously, but they had meetings with, divine beings or beings of light or loved ones.
Right.
And sometimes religious figures. I lived next door to a guy who died and had a whole walk and experience with Jesus, he says, walking around heaven. And he was adamant about it, and he did say he was dead on the table for several minutes.
Wow.
When that happened. So, very cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Very
but it's just
cool.
funny that his grandma was pushing him away.
Yeah.
And then somebody stepped in front of him in the other side, the other tunnel, saying, "Nope, they ain't coming in here. Papers, please. Are you a resident of the United States?
Where are your papers?"
I
Yeah.
want to see your papers.
Yeah, it's got like customs there. Do you have anything to declare?
They just stamp it on your head.
Yeah. Well, that's cool though. I mean, it's again, these experiences are pretty incredibly profound in many cases. Some of them are kind of spooky, but you don't hear too many of those.
Yeah.
I guess the people that experience those don't want to talk about them.
I wonder if you can get stretch pennies at the pearly gates.
Yeah, probably. You can press one out if you can. You probably have to bring your own though.
I'd probably be scared enough I could probably swallow it and squeeze one out.
Be puckering a little bit, Don, you think? Don's penny's like 3 feet long. Looks like a copper wire.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just saying.
No.
I'm just saying. It could be. I don't know. That's strange, though. Very cool story. I like those. I like them a lot. All right, let me get to some creatures. Because the last one was just a toy. I'm convinced that was not real. Where are we? God, I got so many things open.
Yeah, those are all windows, not tabs. Those are all windows, Brent.
Yeah.
You have all those windows open.
I know, but the thing is, I've been working on that other project, and it's got me going.
You're going to have to tell me what this other project is.
Yeah, I will. I don't think we'll probably have it. I want to show you when I can.
Okay.
But, God bless it. Where's my links? Here we go. Here we go. Oh, here it is.
Oh, gracious.
Here it is. I found it. That's right. That one. We read that one last time.
The Gargoyles of Chile?
Yeah, there's Gargoyles of Chile, Don.
Mm.
They maybe like chili, too.
It's not only is it a interesting weather front, but it's also a warm, delicious meal.
That sounds very well rehearsed. Is that from something?
Yeah. Well, it was from a book report somebody did once long ago in like junior high or something, being a smart ass. And they read it in front of the class. And that was like the only line I could remember. I just thought it was kind of funny.
All right, we got a couple of them coming up here. One of them is the Gargoyles we're going to get into now, and then next comes apparently proof of the Kraken. Release the Kraken.
It's the Kraken pipe.
The Kraken me arse.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
There's always something around that area with you. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. It's not a fascination, trust me. But
whatever.
All right, here's the Gargoyles of Chile.
Chile.
Or Chile. It looks like it could be Chile.
Child.
Deep shadow shrouded jungles of South America. I'll learn how to read eventually, ladies and gentlemen.
Cool.
Just bear with me. Are rife with carnivorous predators rarely seen by the human eye. But as intimidating as the creatures lurking in the dense rainforests of this mysterious continent may be, the arid plains of northern Chile are said to harbor a colony of chillingly bizarre beasts.
A colony?
A colony, yeah. I don't know how many that means, but it sounds like few. Which are quite unique, unlike anything supposed to be living here on Earth. It's situated in the northernmost portion of Chile, less than 12 miles away from the port city of Arica, is a sprawling swath of red sand desert known as Pampa Acha. The only real nod to the existence of humanity in this desolate region is the Pan American Highway, which twists through this barren wasteland like an asphalt serpent. I had to pronounce that very carefully. I was like...
like an ass hat cellophane.
You're getting kind of free with that ass word, Don. Now it's family show. It was on this lonesome stretch of road that in July 2004, a
what?
An army sub-officer with the Cazadores regiment named Carlos Abet de la Torre, his wife Teresa, their 3 children, and a nephew would have a harrowing encounter with a group of fantastic creatures which seemed to jump straight out of the pages of an ancient bestiary. The Torre family and the Gargoyles. At approximately 7 p.m. on the day in question, the Torre family packed into the Carlos pickup truck and departed from the quarters in Fuera Bacadano, which is located in the military community of Pozos Almonte, heading towards Arica to visit some relatives. Knowing full well that he was in for a long and monotonous drive with the car full of children, Carlos gamely threw the truck into gear and began motoring down the same highway he had been traveling for the better part of 25 years. About 2 hours into their journey, Carlos was cruising at about 65 miles per hour through the Pampa Acha, approximately 20 miles south of Arica, where the road ahead was illuminated not only by the pickup's headlamps, but the bright moon had hovered above them in the cloudless sky. That was when Carlos' eldest daughter, Carmen, noticed a pair of extraordinary entities through the back window of the vehicle. According to Carmen, she was astounded to see two creatures leisurely floating in the skies above. In her own words, "I was traveling in the back seat with my brothers, talking, and suddenly everything went dark. Then I told my brother what I was seeing, and he told me to keep quiet because Mom gets nervous. Later, I looked through the window and saw some things that looked like birds with dogs' heads and swept wings. My father said they were like gargoyles."
Ooh.
Carmen later estimated that the strange airborne critters that flew over her father's pickup truck were at least 6 feet in length, and she admitted that at first she wasn't sure if the creatures had wings or legs, but that the appendages were angled towards the rear of the creatures. Carmen and her brother watched as the outlandish animals paced the truck, afraid to speak lest they panic their anxiety-prone mother, but their efforts were wasted as Teresa, who sat next to Carlos in the front seat, would catch sight of the peculiar avian duo through the windshield just moments later.
Wow.
From her vantage point, Teresa was afforded the best view of these anomalous animals, which the press would quote her as saying resembled dog-faced kangaroos. She claimed that the gargoyles seemed to be matched the speed of the truck, occasionally slipping ahead then falling back, never traveling more than 60 feet from the vehicle. By this point, Carlos and the rest of his frightened brood were all stealing skyward glances and catching glimpses of these soaring evolutionary nightmares. He accelerated the truck, praying that under his breath, terrified of the fate that might befall them and he and his family if these creatures decided to swoop down and attack their vehicle. The Torre family was in such a state of shock that none of them spoke. Carmen described the scene. "We were speechless for some 10 minutes. Then my mom told us to reach. What? Oh, my mom told us to react. And then we started discussing what we had seen. Just when the Torre family was growing accustomed to the flying friends above, another pair of the same species leapt in front of the truck on strong hind legs, which were shorter than their upper legs. Carlos managed to avert a collision with these land-bound gargoyles and increase the pickup speed, eventually leaving all four of the beasts behind. When Torre family finally arrived in Arica, they told their relatives about the bizarre sightings, but swore them to secrecy, concerned that the public ridicule that might follow the unveiling of their tale would somehow damage the military career of the family's patriarch. Although the sojourn with the extended family was enjoyable, it goes without saying that the entire Torre clan was anxious about the trip home. Teresa even conceded, "We were terrified to go back." But much like every journey Carlos had taken through the Pampa Acha, the expedition proved to be mercifully uneventful. Once back on base, Ponzo Alamante, the Torre family honored their oath of silence, but when another sub-officer, Diego Raquelme, claimed to have encountered a dinosaur-like creature on the same stretch of road, a few weeks later, they decided to come clean. Needless to say, it wasn't long before the press got wind of these bizarre stories and began churning out articles about the monsters seen on the Pan American Highway. Soon after the story broke, Scott Corrales of the Institute of Hispanic Ufology translated their story into the English-speaking world. The usually open-minded Chilean press was quick to claim that the eyewitnesses were likely seeing nothing more than ostriches.
Oh,
How many of them fly, Don?
I've never seen an ostrich fly.
Which must have escaped from a local breeder. The fact ostriches are flightless and that none of the birds were reported missing in the area was ignored by the media. It also seems unlikely that 7 individual eyewitnesses would confuse ostriches for either on-the-wing gargoyles or prehistoric reptiles. Regardless of how unbelievable the alternative may be, so if these observers were not bearing witness to bird refugee escapees, then the question remains. That's weird. There again, ladies and gentlemen, these obscure tales that have survived the generations, and people are still seeing this stuff.
Yeah.
It's still apparently out there. Yeah.
So we got 20 minutes, so 10 minutes before we got to go. But you got a phone call.
Oh, we got a phone call. Well, let's get to our phone call then, shall we?
Hello, caller.
Hello,
You're
caller.
on the air.
Well, just wait till I actually unmute it. Where the hell's my mouse? There it is. Okay. Hello, caller.
Caller. You're on the air.
Are you there? 254, are you there?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, there's another caller on the line too, though.
There's what?
There's another caller.
No, it's just you. You're it.
Okay, I must be visited here.
Oh, really?
Hearing voices.
Uh-oh. Well, welcome to the show.
I wanted to, it's Kathy.
Hi,
I wanted
Kathy.
to pick Don's brain and your brain and whatever brain's listening.
Whatever's left.
There's, well, I may have to go to a different show. About DEWs, DEWs, the directed energy weapon.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, the government came out and said that, yeah, they had seen it. They didn't give much about it, but up around somewhere up around the corner of your state, Idaho, and was it Utah?
Okay. Yeah.
That has the corner together.
Yep.
Okay. One time it seemed to be emitting from that area and going all the way down toward Los Angeles and a couple other places where these fires are. And these directed energy weapons have a lot of heat in them.
Yeah.
Okay, that was just in one night, and another night that started originating around Yosemite,
Okay.
and we're sending beams down into Texas, and I think Arkansas,
Wow.
and then another night we're up around. I'm just going to say Tennessee, and directing the beams toward like Florida. So the guy that caught all this stuff, you can see it happen at night on a screen that you have.
Okay.
And he started reporting on this, and he's been doing it for years. And people are just not wanting this information to get out, just like mainstream media doesn't want to talk about what's really going on.
Mm-hmm.
So then the next night, the channel that he was watching went dark.
Oh.
They didn't televise their live screen at night. So because you can see them at night.
Sure.
And one of the beams was sent to it's down there near the southern part of California. There's a naval base,
Mm-hmm.
and it was coordinates were directly over some kind of missile system. It's the satellite and everything that controls, like, the Moab, the big bombs,
Sure. Yep.
And there wasn't any damage, but then there was another one that was sent into Louisiana right there during the Laura hurricane that came in.
Okay.
And they had to get a new satellite. But I just thought I'd bring that up and let y'all know that the things that we're seeing and speculating about that's from out of this world, that there's some things that are already here that are working,
Mm-hmm.
and could be another country. I mean, they say that Russia has a satellite up, and China has one up, and now we're getting their Space Force to get one up, and it's like Star Wars all over again.
Yeah.
From the 80s.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of weird stuff. I don't know. Don, what's your thoughts on that?
I'm kind of blank right now. I'm actually trying not to fall asleep. I apologize.
Don's all wound up. I think that those things are very possible. Go ahead. What?
I just asked, is he still asleep?
I haven't been to bed yet.
Okay.
As for DEWs,
It sounds like a personal problem, Don.
it is very, it is. But as for DEWs, do I think the government has something like that? Yes, of course. I mean, look at the technology that we have just sitting on the face of the earth, much less what might be launched into space. As you referenced, the Star Wars or the Ronnie Ray gun, that kind of stuff.
The Star Wars program.
Yeah, Star Wars programs and such. And then you follow it up with, what Trump's been talking about, Space Force and things like that. Yeah, absolutely. They've got some weapons that'll do that. As a matter of fact, look up the direct energy weapons acquisition papers. So there you go. Anyhow. The direct energy acquisition papers.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm fine. I'm done.
Well, the thing that is that are we doing this? Is China doing it? Is Russia doing it? And
well, here's
that's the deal. Trying to turn somebody dark.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's on top. He sees it and he's trying to report it, and then bam, the screen goes dark and they take him out. He can't talk about it.
Yeah.
He can't show it. He can talk about it. He can't show it anymore. It's like putting up a YouTube video and taking it down or whatever. You can't, you don't have anything. You have no context.
Right. No, I think
so.
What I think is that it wouldn't surprise me at all if these were a part of programs to target each other. Like, it wouldn't surprise me at all because, like, if you look, the relations between us and China have been pretty stretched lately. And if you look at all the problems the Chinese have had with flooding, with famine, with drought in other areas, and flooding in some areas, and these what was it, the bugs, the locust swarms and stuff. I mean, they've had like what would be normally considered like biblical kind of problems. It's like, oh my God, you expect Moses to be leading people out of there any minute. And it doesn't seem like anything is going right. And then you look at our country, and we're having these weird forest fires that popped up several years in a row, and any number of problems, and of course the COOF virus itself has got people scratching their heads like, how did that get here? How did this happen? And so it wouldn't surprise me at all if this was like a new kind of warfare.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's softening the targets prior to something bigger happening. And I hope not. I hope to God not. Because
time to wrap it up.
But thank you for the call. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, I do have to close the program because I got to get to another show myself.
Correct.
Okay, I need your autograph before you go.
My autograph? Yeah.
Not really. These days, I'll get your autograph.
well,
yeah. And yours too, Don. Sorry.
All right, we'll send you a glossy. Just email me at Paranormal Portal Radio, and I'll figure out how to get you an autograph.
All right.
Thank you, Kathy.
All right, got it.
Good night.
All right, bye-bye.
Well, there you have it.
We have, is it really that time?
Yeah, it really is that time. It's 8:49, yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize to have to cut it short, but it's only 10 minutes short.
But you can always join him on Lighting the Void with Joe Roop.
I hope you will. I hope you come over to Lighting the Void with Joe Roop. And again, Carlton put the link in the chat. If you'd put it there again, Carlton, I'd really appreciate it. And I'm sure he probably is as we're speaking. But I'm going to be over there in just a few minutes. I'm going to go use the loo and get ready and go on with Joe. So I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice, take care of each other, help each other out, find the magic in every day, and remember to laugh as much as you can. And Don, anything?
Teespring store Spooky 20 for a 20% discount until October 31st midnight.
All right, the link is in the description, guys. So if you want to check out our Portal store and get some Portal gear, we'd love you bunches for doing that. And thank you to everybody who participated tonight. Thank you for the donations, and thank you to everybody who just likes our streams. Please share them. Let people know that you know who like the paranormal, and make the family grow. So
there you go.
All right, guys. Good night, and have a great night. And I'll be back tomorrow with some night terrors. Hope you'll join me.
Good night.
Okay. Good night, everybody.